Here, last hour, we heard a lot of this. We heard you press Putin on why he stationed more than 100,000 troops on the Ukraine border, and he compared that to U.S. military exercises in Alaska. In fact, your conversation got deeper into national security. Take us through that part of the discussion.
Hey, Chris, that's right. If you're sitting at home wondering why it is right to put so much focus on what President Putin had to say, and maybe even on President Putin's psychology, perhaps there is one very strong answer, and that is thousands of nuclear missiles, the thousands of nuclear missiles that Russia has and that President Putin is in control of. Now, President Biden extended the New START treaty, the nuclear arms control treaty, at the beginning of his term by 5 years. Russia wanted that. Perhaps that is a glimpse that President Putin may find President Biden easier to deal with than President Trump. It looked as if the Trump administration wasn't going to extend New START. So this is ground that is classic talking ground for Russia and the US, and ground that maybe the two presidents will find common ground on. Will you go into the summit agreeing to begin more arms control talks immediately after the summit? Because, as you mentioned, President Biden has extended New START by 5 years. Washington would like that to be the beginning, not the end of that conversation.
We know what matters and what problems Americans want to discuss with us. We understand these questions, matters, and problems. We are prepared for this joint work. We have certain, if not differences, then different understandings of what pace, at what pace, and in what directions we need to be moving. We know what constitutes priorities for the U.S. side, and generally speaking, this is a process that needs to be advanced at the professional level, along the lines of the Foreign Ministry and Defense Ministry on the Russian side, and Pentagon and the State Department on the U.S. side. We are prepared for this work. We've heard signals that the U.S. side would like to see these negotiations resumed at this expert level of professionals. We will see if the conditions for this have been created following the summit. Of course, we're not saying no. We are prepared to do this work.
So, Chris, if the two presidents walk out of their summit this week agreeing on anything, perhaps it might be arms control, where they say we have found common ground.